Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me for this. Peyton, this one. You've probably already seen the problem here. Now, if you haven't seen anything like this before, this is a classic case of an absolute who's poked a cotton bud in the rear. Don't do it, kids. Why? Who on earth in the right mind still thinks in this day and age, got a bit of earwax, can't hear very well, I know what, I'll push something in it. what goes through somebody's head? And she fully admitted it, this lady, but not only has she pushed this thing right on top of her eardrum, which you might get a little glimpse of just on the left-hand side there. Not only has she pushed it right down in there, she's also given herself a couple of little nasty bruises, which you can probably see. I think there's one on each side of this, so she's really rammed it in there. Yeah, don't do it. I used to lose my temper. No, not lose my temper. Get a bit. I've never lost my temper on anything, hardly ever.
Really?
I used to get a bit really frustrated when people had done it because it's just making my job harder, and I couldn't believe that people don't know. But there's still lots of people who don't know, and I give them the benefit of the doubt unless no one's ever told you or you've been educated about it. Then maybe you're not going to know. And I still see people on a daily basis who do it. Not one of them has said, "Oh yeah, it works." I've never had a problem. Every single one of them, it causes an issue. And why wouldn't it? You guys will all know. You've watched all the things that have happened as a result of it. So put them away, kids. Put them away. Don't try it at home. So as you can see, we've got all that out with the fine inch tube because it was really deep in the ear, so I wasn't sure how close it was to the eardrum. It turns out it was pretty close. When you get one like this, it's gonna be smeared around the edges as well. It's never going to be a perfectly spotless one afterwards, because this stuff has really been, hence the title of the video, it's been pushed and crushed into the side of the ear canal. And with any procedure, you have to weigh out the pros and cons of tidying up little bits. I'll get bits, but if they don't come, they don't come. You can finish the rest of it off with a bit of oil, but this stuff will naturally start to migrate now anyway. So I'll get as much as I can. The other one, probably a little bit worse as well from what I recall, lasted a bit longer, a fair bit longer. You can see these bruises, can't you? I'm sure they will settle down in time. But have a look at this second one here. And I think, again, I started with a fine inch tube, sorry. And then I realised, you've done an even better job on this one. She's really squashed it in there. I think I needed to go to the full size tube. It just didn't have the oomph, this one, to get it out. What else can we talk about? Because there's not a lot else I can tell you about this. There is an interesting little possible issue at the end of this, but I'll tell you that when it comes to it, because there might be a tiny little lesion / ulceration at the base of the ear canal just after we get this out. So yeah, what can I tell you? I'm really tired today, and it's not because I didn't particularly sleep well, or I'm not the best sleeper in the world anyway. I was up, do you know when you're watching something on telly? I think it was on Netflix we were watching last night, and this is since the advent of all these streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime, and YouTube to some extent as well. You can get access to the whole series of things in one go, and whilst that's great, it often means you can end up staying up a lot later than you thought you should have done, because you think, I'll just watch one more. But in the olden days, you had to wait for it to come out next week. That's how it went. But I found myself getting drawn into this particular series, and it was called Alone. I think it's been out for quite a long time, but I only came across it last night on Netflix. I was just flicking around, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. A lot of you guys might have seen it. Let me know if you have. If you haven't, then you should. It's a fascinating concept where they basically just dump 10 people in the middle of nowhere. I think the seasons I've seen so far, which is first two, and one that was I think it was called Frozen. They just basically dump it. The survivalists is the long and short of it, and they just dump them somewhere in North America. I think the one I saw last night was in Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada, and they've got the sea there and the forest, and that's pretty much it. So you can take a few things with you, like a tarp, something to start a fire, those thingy sticks that you scrape and make sparks, and that's pretty much it. And whoever lasts the longest wins £500,000. And they were staying out there for months on end, some of them, just fishing, hunting, shooting, and just the creativity of some of these guys. I was absolutely gobsmacked. I know it is quite a big thing, like the bushcraft. It was amazing. But what was really interesting was the biggest issue, apart from not eating as well, for a lot of them. That's why a lot of them just had to leave and tap out. The biggest issue for them was literally being alone. And, kind of went a bit stir crazy, a few of them. But it's a fascinating insight into we need human contact. You can have everything you want in life, but sometimes if you just haven't got that human contact to keep you sane, somebody to help you sometimes, then life can get very, very difficult. And I found it really fascinating to watch. I did watch another one in, I think, is it in Alaska that they do it? One called Outlast. That was fascinating too, but that was a survivalist, but based on teams. So you had to compete against each other, and there was a bit of skullduggery going on. How much longer have I got on this? You can see I've got the main bulk of the plug out, and it was this area here that was concerning me, because anytime you see some of this freshly shed white soggy skin, you should be a bit curious. So I'm going to have another look at this in a bit, because I couldn't quite get it all away, not safely anyway. I mean, she was already happy at this point. Job was done. She could hear again, and the feeling of pressure was gone, and it was uncomfortable as well because of what she'd done. Now, I don't think that little area had ulcerated the skin where we could see any bone. It wasn't obvious, but it's a really difficult part to get to because it's kind of over the hill and down the valley, so it's difficult to get a good look inside it. And it was tiny because it's a defining tube. So I'm going to have another look at this again. And I'm sure if we see it again in a while, probably not see anything there. It's best to check anyway. But yeah, if anyone else has got any ideas on, always, especially throughout the winter, where there's generally speaking not as much to do because you can't go outside as much, give me some ideas for box sets and series. We do. That's why me and my wife get on so well. We never argue over what we're watching. We all like the same kind of stuff like that, and trashy reality telly. Used to watch all the Shore series. Have you never seen them? I don't know who wouldn't have seen those. Like Jersey Shore, there's one they did in the UK called Geordie Shore, and there's one in Australia called Aussie Shore. It's just car crash TV. I kind of watch those because it makes you feel better about your own life when you see some of the mistakes that these other people are making. Do enjoy watching those. The only thing that my wife watches that I don't, then I'm like, no, I don't get it. I don't know why you're watching that. She's obsessed. We're watching things about murderers and serial killers and people who are like on death row, who've done some horrific things. And I don't know, it's an unhealthy obsession with watching serial killer stuff. It's weird. I don't get it. Maybe I should sleep with one eye open. Anyway, as you can see, I did as much as I can with that. Patient had enough by then, so yeah, there is smears around the outside. It will naturally start migrating itself. Hang on a minute. Do you know what? I've forgotten. How do I normally say goodbye on these videos? Forgotten. Do you know what? I write these down just in case I forget how to say goodbye. Where is it? Is it this one? Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. No, that doesn't feel right. That's not the one. Thanks for watching. Keep well. Stay safe. Bye. No, that's not right either. But for now, take care of yourselves. Take care of your ears. We'll see you later. Bye. No, that's not right either. What on earth do I say? It'll come back to me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Ta-da. Oh, that's it.